Welcome to the Coaching Mixer. This is a new podcast experiment that I am doing with my friend and fellow coach, Elana. And this is a total experiment for us. So we are sitting down for the next 2 episodes with a rum-based drink, and we're talking about all things life, coaching, and where we are at these days with the coaching industry. Because this is an experiment, I don't want to give too much away, but this will be something unlike anything either one of us have ever done. So we really hope that you enjoy this podcast and let us know what you want to hear us talk about. Let us know what's going on for you. And if you want to connect with us, you can do that over at besuperbound.com/coaching mixer, where you will find all things to do with the podcast. You can also find us on YouTube and your favorite podcast app. That is where you can connect with each of us. And for now, enjoy. Okay, so for everybody watching, this is kind of out of both of our wheelhouses normally, right? Like
completely.
Yeah, you and I are both, I feel like when I've watched you coach, I'm just like, that is my kind of coach. You're not all about yourself. You're like just very in with the person. And then when we've gotten to hang out, I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so fun and I want to talk to you. And so here we are. We are letting our hair down and drinking our cocktails.
Yes.
Yours is so fancy. Okay, wait. You tell me yours first.
Okay, so I just have to preface this with this is like a very wild concept for me to be participating in because I don't like drink very much. I'm not anti-drinking by any means, but like I don't really know cocktails very well. I don't order them often. So this is like a Franken drink is all of which is to say. Mm-hmm. It inspired vaguely by a mojito. Mm-hmm. It contains white rum, jalapeno limeade, some extra lime, some mint, and some raspberries.
Cute. Cheers. I'll tell you mine.
Cheers.
I need to have a sip of it. Okay. I also have a mojito that I did not make, because I live with someone who doesn't drink, but is a very good bartender. So Steve made this.
That's useful.
I know, it's very nice. He drives everywhere too. This is I guess it's a Canadian mojito because it's got maple syrup instead of simple sugar.
I love it.
It's brown rum, dark rum, fizzy water, like sparkling water, and mint from our garden, which is very fresh. Yes. Ooh. So cheers.
Cheers. That sounds delicious. And also very scrappy with the maple syrup. That's actually the reason I didn't do a mojito, because I was like, I don't want to mess around with simple syrup. I don't have any. I know it's like the simplest thing to make, but yeah.
I never use it. We use maple syrup for everything. It's so stereotypical, but it's just so fresh. And
Yeah.
It's better for you than sugar, I think. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. I think so. I co-sign that.
Okay, do you want to tell us all about who you are?
Oh my. Well, okay, I will just talk.
Yeah.
I don't have anything prepared for this. I am a coach, which is how Erin and I met, through a dear mentor of art. I'm a coach. My background, though, is in the arts. So I was very into theater for a while, did some mostly directing and playwriting, but also some acting, and did some like assistant directing off-Broadway stuff. I lived in New York City for a while, so did a lot of like indie theater there. It was a lot of fun. Worked in children's media for a couple of years, and then transitioned to project management for a life coach, which was my introduction to the world of life coaching. Realized I did not like project management, but I did love coaching. So I'm really I've always been into like therapy and self-development, and also just like, I don't know, genuine connection and challenging like overarching narratives, which is the through line, I think, in all of the artistic side of things in the coaching world. So I live in New Jersey now, just outside of New York City, And yeah, that's me.
So fun. I knew your like arts background. I didn't know you did like off-Broadway stuff though. That's super cool.
Yeah.
That's so fun. Yeah, I guess we both have like a theater in the back, way back. I didn't
Which also means, perhaps for you, it also means a lot of like random weird jobs to actually make
jobs.
Money.
Oh my gosh. You should talk Rum and Ramblings tonight, people.
Ooh.
Yeah. I've had some very strange jobs. I did not really do theater professionally. I loved it, but right out of high school, I went and did this kind of like a trade school for audio engineering. I was one of 3 women in the program, as you can imagine.
Wow.
There were not a lot of women engineers. And I worked in the music industry for a couple of years doing very weird, random things for like radio stations. I worked in promotions and marketing and for the HR department, which I cannot believe there were not more lawsuits. Honestly, I'm like, there was a lot of,
I can only imagine,
debaucherous things that happened within that company. Yeah, and then
so we'll need more cocktails.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that'll be after maybe episode 5.
Okay.
I might need to pre-drink if I'm going to tell you those stories. But I did end up kind of moving. House of Blues used to have a Canadian office, so I worked there for a summer, saw so many shows, and it was so much fun. And then I worked for a management company who had a roster of artists, and I at the same time was really into yoga. So I would be like out at shows till 2 a.m, and then I would get up and go do yoga at 6:30, which is so fun. It's exclusive to your 20s, I think. I don't know if anyone else is doing that. And yeah, then I tour managed for a little while and then just decided to change everything and became an acupuncturist and taught yoga full time for many, oh my gosh, almost 2 decades.
Wow.
I'm a coach. Yeah. I had 2 kids. And after my second child was born, I was like, if I want to be teaching yoga every night of the week, even though I loved the people and I loved the space. And, you know, it's one of those jobs where people are always happy to see you. It's not like working at like a retail counter, which I have also done. People are always happy to see their yoga teacher. So I'm like, yeah, it was the best job, but now I'm a coach.
I've never thought about that. I can't think of any other job where people are coming to you to like feel better. Yes. And they're probably always looking forward to it when they do show up.
Yeah. Yeah. That is true. And I really didn't expect, I think there was like a messaging for a lot of coaching that like, it's not our jobs as coaches to make our clients feel better. But I'm kind of like, I don't know. I think that my clients would not work with me for 3 years in a row if they didn't expect to feel some kind of a relief from those sessions. So yeah, I am a coach. I mostly work with business owners, but sometimes like, I don't know, you probably understand this. It's like that label doesn't always fit. Because I think sometimes what a lot of people, and then maybe we're going to talk about this. I don't know, but people will often kind of reduce coaching down to like whatever the modality that they learned or whatever the area is. And I don't know, my shtick with people now is like, if you have a problem, I will not do your taxes for you, but I will be your thinking partner through anything. I can coach you, I can coach your mindset. We can talk about the, you know, holistic success and all of those things. But when it comes down to it, like, if you want to know if your website needs some new copy, I will look at it and read it and I'll tell you my opinion. Like, we just like entrepreneurs have someone that will do that. Yeah. So I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at with it all right now.
Well, it's so valuable as well. Like, I've been thinking a lot about the idea of collaboration because that was like the core of what got me into theater. And I've just recently started doing theater again. And it's like awoken in me how much I miss having like an intellectual partner in things.
Yeah.
And it's just so valuable. Like, I don't think you can replace something like that.
No, it's very hard to find. I totally agree. It's hard to find partnerships where both people are very invested in like the same way and the same level. Being on stage, you better have an invested partner.
Right. Yes, very bad things happen if you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so fun.
What do you think, this is like the $1 million question, what is coaching to you?
Oh my gosh. It's so hard to define because I think that everybody has their own personal definition. And I mean, I did this with yoga too. Like, you know, when you're studying something, it's so easy to be like, I'm in school for this thing, and so I'm going to tell you how it is. But then you kind of get some time under your belt and you see that there's so many different ways of coaching. Like I've heard people say, if you're giving advice, that's coaching. If you're giving advice, that's not coaching. If you are sharing any part of your personal story with someone, that's not coaching. But if you're not doing experience shares, that's not coaching. So I've been in so many containers and it's all very confusing. So I don't know. I find it really hard to define it. And I also think different things work for different people. Like some people need a hardcore, tough love accountability partner, or they think they do. I don't think anyone really needs that, but some people sign up for that and that's what they think business coaches do. And I'm like, well, you know, if that's what you want, well, it's not what I do, but it's not what I want. I don't know. What do you think coaching is?
Ooh, turning it back around.
I know. You can't ask me and then...
To be honest, I feel kind of similarly. Like I don't have a pat elevator speech definition for coaching. For me, I see my role as helping people create change in their lives in some way.
Okay.
And that change can be something very tangible, or it can be like emotional or abstract or relational. But I think people generally come to me because they're looking to change something.
Yeah. That's so good. Okay, then I'm changing my answer. I mean, yeah, I think okay. So if I was going to give if I were going to give an elevator speech, this could even go on our website. I think coaching is, it's having.
I like that we'll have a website.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Oh, yeah. On our website, it's going to go, it's going to go on the super round one for sure. Cause coaching is like, it's having someone whose job it is to be on the same team as your vision over everything else. And I think that whatever the niche of the coach is, I think that that's something that people need. Like, you know, no one's coming to, you know, okay, while we're drinking now, so we can just talk about it. It really
we can be real.
Coaching is asking curious questions. I'm like, no one pays $15,000 for me to ask them curious questions. Or to like, I really don't like I'm going to be very opinionated. I don't like when people say it's helping someone like hear their inner wisdom, because in some contexts, that's fully what it is. And it's so important. It's so beautiful. But again, I wouldn't pay someone, like, I just don't think that's good marketing. Like, I wouldn't pay someone to hear my inner wisdom. I'm like, I'll pay a medium or a psychic to hear my inner wisdom or something like that. I will have a cocktail by myself and listen
I
can hear my inner wisdom. I can journal that. Like, I do think we are in a time where there are just so many amazing tools available for someone. You can go into a bookstore and like find a good pathway to hear your inner wisdom. But I think that it's like, you're looking for, I don't know, like, I feel like it's a dance between strategy, hopefully from someone who kind of gets your situation enough that can give you guidance and resources, but also isn't going to like railroad your aspirations and your dreams and your values. Because I don't love people who say they're coaches, but they're really just giving you a formula for like how they did a thing. I keep looking at the sky. I wish I could show you right now. It is so dark. We are under a tornado warning in Canada.
What?
So if I jump, it's because there could be lightning and hail. So we might have a very exciting
Oh my gosh.
Live
Okay. I feel
disaster on the podcast.
even more honored that you're here. Please let me know if you need.
Yeah, if I have to run to
you're
the
feeling
basement.
safe. Yeah, we can take a literal rain check or tornado check for this one.
So crazy. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. I think that's so beautiful, though. Like, it's interesting. I love hearing you say that, particularly because the context in which I've experienced your coaching has been what some people might think of as like containers, where it is about like listening, connecting to your inner wisdom, but there's always something very tangible and practical to it that you bring. Like, you bring this lovely, open curiosity and also this like tangible quality to it that I really appreciate.
Oh my gosh, like right back at you, because that's what I've always appreciated getting to watch you coach. I think that that's probably like due to your creative collaboration. Like, it's really interesting. I feel like there is something about performers and artists who come into the coaching space that they understand that dance.
Yeah.
Better than, I don't know, like not better than other people, but just like it's a different way of like watching and being with people. It's really beautiful.
Yeah. Well, thank you. That's very kind of you to say. I'm also, I think, in my era of giving myself permission to give more like practical feedback, which has been kind of delightful. And the methodology that for everyone listening, the methodology that I learned, and that I think, Erin, I don't know your entire coaching background, but I know you went through a similar methodology, was very much like you remove your idea of what is right, you stay completely out of the pool, you ask questions and like reveal your client's brain to them, which is amazing and beautiful. Totally. And I love that I have that foundation.
Yes.
And when you have expertise in the area that you're coaching on, like I think for a while I did not allow myself to share any of my practical experience with my clients. And I don't see why. Right. Like, now that I have more permission for myself to do that, like, I think that the entire purpose is to give our clients all the tools that they need to create the change that they want. Yes. So why would we hold back in that way?
Yes. And I mean, I do think the skill of like learning how to remove yourself is really important. And maybe it should be something that everyone learns how to do in some way or another. I just think that it's a good basic training, but I don't know that, again, like, I don't know who wants a robotic and we're learning so much about like interpersonal neurobiology and how being like deadpan and just kind of in this meditative coma with clients actually can like trigger people's feeling of being unsafe or feeling like they have to perform and like impress their coach, and like we can't nod our heads and we can't like blink, and you're like, did they see me? We do so much online that I almost feel like maybe the performance that we can tap into is like making sure that we are showing that we are humans, robots.
Yes, absolutely. I love that. Yeah.
The whole sky is so black right now. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm like, what things should we share in case this is my one and only podcast? Yeah, what
should we talk about why we're doing this?
Yeah, let's
or like
do it.
Where this came from?
Yes. Tell us, why are we doing this?
Which is another good question that I don't have a prepared answer for. But I think the seed of this podcast came from when we met finally in person after a couple of years of being in each other's orbit online. And from my perspective, at least, it's admiring each other from afar. And I think we were just getting cocktails with some people at a conference workshop that we were attending. And I don't even remember the details of it. We were just like veering into like some coaching type of territory maybe, and we were drinking, and it was like kind of a fun combination. So we're like, what if we did this?
Yeah. And like we would never coach a client with alcohol, and maybe we'll do episodes with mocktails. I can rock a herbal tea. I can bring some serious herbal tea concoctions, all of the things. But I do. So I was thinking about this too. I'm like, why are we doing this? Because again, it's not really like on brand. This is not a marketing ploy for either one of us. It actually could be very detrimental. No. Who knows?
It could be.
My clients might go, oh, wow.
It's like we're both fully consensual, but like this is not in my client's wheelhouse necessarily. No, so like, no. Morally, I would never consider doing this with someone who is not a fellow coach, probably.
Never. Ever. Not at all. Ever. But I think that there is some, I was thinking about, I'm like, listen, unfortunately, there's a lot of shenanigans in the coaching industry. There's a lot of people who really have put themselves on pedestals, or there's other people who put them on pedestals, and they're like, they almost like make mere mortals feel bad about themselves for being human. And the one thing I've been really thinking about over the last few years is making sure I show up as human as possible for my clients. No, I would never have a cocktail while coaching a client. I always show up at my best, but I just think like, sometimes I'm like, oh, people think I like sit around and meditate all day, or that I had a client say, like, can't imagine your children ever acting out. I'm just like, you should talk to my neighbors about how much we're yelling all the time. Like it's a way that I think sometimes people will use their support system and think that they are living in a little case of purity. Mm-hmm. And I'm a spiritual practitioner. I love spiritual practice. I have lots of things that are probably way outside the norm for most people, but it doesn't mean that I'm like a pristine, perfect entity floating around the world. And unfortunately, there are some people in the coaching space that kind of are bullshitting that they are.
That's their brand.
Think it's helpful. I just don't think it's helpful to our clients to not see us as humans who also have mindset ups and downs and opinions and different books,
Yeah, 100%. I love that. I think another thing, like what you're saying about being very clear, that I am human, really sparks in me, is that my goal is not to not have opinions. Like, I think there's a methodology of coaching, or at least I think there's a stage when people learn coaching that many people go through where they think, oh, if I can like change my mindset at will, I can just feel neutral or happy or positive all the time. And that is so never my goal with myself or with my clients, unless it's their goal, but then we'll investigate that a little bit to see if they like where it's coming from. And so, like this idea of existing in this sort of like high vibe lane all the time is just not really my jam.
Mine neither. And, I do lean more towards like, I do not really love new agey stuff, but I'm like new age adjacent. So, but that like high vibe stuff, just like, I think it's important to put energy and focus where you want to be. And it's beautiful to like hold space and hold a container for your clients that is like not so attached to you and your experience, but like, I'm just learning so much. And I think you are probably on the same page I hope you're on the same page with this, but it's like, you are still bringing you to the experience and you and all of your experience to the client. And that's kind of the magic of the coaching container. It's not really the tool. It's not really the methodology. It's like the space you can create. So I'm like, I don't know. I think the number one work of like a coach is to kind of learn how to be on their own team, even when their position might be different than other people's and their beliefs might be different. And they're, it's a tricky thing to do, but It's so beautiful and important.
Well said. I love that.